Welcome and thank you for joining the live. My name is Karoll-Ann. I am the CEO of Taxfit. So I keep you informed. I wanted to quickly come live because I got some news. The IRS have some breaking news. I don't know if you knew, I shared the other day that a couple of days ago, there is a segment of the population that is not required to file taxes. Okay, so that's people that receiving social security income only, or people that do not make a certain amount of money. So usually they don't have to file taxes. And the IRS at the beginning, they thought that the solution to have those people to know who they are and have their most recent information was to have them file what they call the simple return. But immediately, a lot of people came out of nowhere and then proposed to charge those people so they can, the segment of that population, so they can file the simple tax. So the IRS immediately, they reviewed the decision and they said, you know what, don't worry about it. You don't need to file any tax. We're going to make available for you a portal where you will have the chance to update your information. So this live is about that. So the portal is ready, is on the IRS website. And yes, I know some of you that file taxes, maybe that the bank account is no longer valid, is going to hurry up and go to that portal. This is not the portal for you, okay? The IRS did promise that it will have a solution for people that move and their banking information change. But this portal that is available today is not for this purpose. Please, 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 because sometimes people have a tendency, they hear what they want to hear, okay? This is not for you. This portal is only for what the IRS call non-filers. So people that only receive social security income or were not required to file income tax. So it's live right now. All they have to do is to go on irs.gov, and right away you're going to see something that said non-filers information. You click on it and it's going to make you go through it. Since most this segment of the population is really a lot of our elders, so I wanted to tell you what they're going to need when they go into the portal. So they're going to need their full name, current mailing address, and email address. That's very important information because a lot of our elders, they might have an email address, but they forgot the password. They don't have access to it. So the IRS is actually going to send you a code to that email. So make sure that if you're helping them with that, or if they're going to do it on their own, that they have access to that email. They will need their date of birth, a valid social security number. Again, this is very important information because there are a part of the population that have what they call an ITIN. And you will not qualify for the stimulus check if you have an ITIN. You need to have a valid social security number. And yes, if you have a special status like TPS, you do qualify. As long as you have a valid social security number, you do qualify. They will need a bank account routing and account number. I want to tell you to remind them that the routing number that is on the deposit slip of that checkbook, because you know our elders, they do everything old school. So that deposit slip, the routing number is actually different from the actual routing number of the bank, how you can receive a direct deposit. So they want to get the routing number that's actually on the check, or they will need to Google, because it's public information, or you can Google it for them. Let's say if you use Bank of America or Chase, so you will Google Bank of America routing number and the state where you are. So for example, Bank of America routing number, Florida, and then you will find a list of routing number. Do not use the routing number that is on the deposit slip. Actually, a lot of people do not know that fact, that is different. They will need a valid ID, And the last information is, yes, if you did claim your parents on your taxes, they're not qualifying for the stimulus check. So if your kids claimed you parents, I'm sorry, you no longer qualify for the stimulus check. And that's that. So the portal is live right now. You can help them going to the IRS website. And I wanted to share that update with you. Okay. So just a reminder that Taxfit is still open. We can do your tax remotely, which is a service that we always offered because we do have clients in almost every state of the United States and internationally. So it's a very easy process. You send your paperwork through email, through texts, WhatsApp, because those are challenging time where things change, and then Taxfit evolved very quick with the process. So you send the documents the way that is more convenient to you, and we'll make an appointment, and I will actually do the taxes with you while we are on the phone. When I'm done with the tax, I will email it to you for review, and you will just have to authorize me to e-file it to the IRS, and it will be e-filed. Jeff is asking, can you still file your taxes later this year if you use that portal? Well, that portal, Jeff, as I said at the beginning of the live, is for people that usually do not file taxes at all. So no, I mean, that portal is only for people, for example, that receive only Social Security income and usually do not file taxes. So to answer your question, if you are someone that normally file taxes and you're going to file taxes later this year, so no, that portal is not for you, okay? That portal is not for you. And that's why they know that sometimes people like to file the tax late, especially the people that's going to owe the IRS back. That's why they also include 2018 filing. So if you did file for 2018, you are safe. You will receive your stimulus check. No need to hurry up and then file the 2019 if you're not ready. They push the limit date, so you have until July 15 now instead of April 15. Felix Toussaint, is there a delay in receiving returns? So this is what I have noticed. There is a delay, but not for everybody. This is where the delay really appears. People that nothing is going on with their taxes receive it in the same time frame. So 2 weeks to 3 weeks, okay? Some people are delayed, but the problem is the IRS is sending the letters late. The letters usually that will tell you what's going on. So I find some of my clients that they forgot to give me the 1095A from the Obamacare, the marketplace. It doesn't matter if you had the marketplace just for 1 month, just for a couple of days, as long as the marketplace release a 1095A under your name, it will prevent you to get your refund if you did not put it part of the tax. Because I want to explain everything. This is the way. When you understand the logic of something, you understand why this is important. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you the logic behind the 1095A and why they will not release your taxes if you did not include it. So the marketplace, or commonly called Obamacare, is a health insurance that is subventioned by the government. I don't know if I use the right, correct English word, but the government help you pay for it. So that's mean based on the income that you put in the application, the insurance is still $500 per month. But if you say that you only make for the year $12,000, your part of that $500 will be $50. And the government will pay on your behalf $450 that you don't have to repay. So to prevent that people that really have $1 million of income and put in the application $12,000 of income, they put a tag on your Social Security in the IRS. So if you do not put that form, because the form, when you put it in your tax, what it does is, let's say when you were doing the application, you said that you made $12,000, but in reality, you made $40,000. So instead of having to pay $50 per month, you should have paid $150 per month. When you put the 1095A, it actually make you pay that money if you lie on the application, or you didn't understand how to file it, or you asked somebody to do it for you and they didn't know what to put and they didn't put the correct thing. So that's why if you do have a 1095A, it doesn't matter that you had the marketplace for 1 month, then you got a job and you got another insurance. As long as that form is out, your social security number is tagged at the IRS, and they will not release your refund if you do not make it part of it. So to answer Felix Toussaint question is, those taxes, or if anything, if they want to verify, sometimes they want to verify the kids, the dependent on your tax. So those taxes, yes, have been extra delayed because they cut the communication with the outside world. So you cannot call the IRS, you cannot speed up anything, you cannot be calling and say, hey, I didn't receive my refund for now 1.5 months, what's going on? There is nobody to talk to because they remove that ability. So based on that, there are taxes that are delayed. But if everything goes normally, I have clients who are getting paid every week. I do have clients that are delayed. But as I like to say, this is challenging time. This is new territory. Nobody has the perfect answer or can tell you exactly what's going to happen, because this is new to us. So Felix is Marie Solange is saying, you said stimulus check would be deposited Friday, but that did not happen. Yes, Marie Solange. And that's why I said also that it was a little mouse that told me in the IRS. So it was someone that was working there that told me they were going to deposit it, but it was not done. Thank you so much for remembering this, but it is what it is. Okay, I did say that was information that I got that I was not 100% sure. And just so you know, Marie Solange, this is a great point that you're bringing in, because not everybody will receive their stimulus check at the same time. They're not planning on just because they said that on their website that it's going to start on the 17th. They're not planning on boom releasing millions of stimulus check. It's going to be a category type of things. So maybe Marie Solange, you will not be part of the first category. Sorry, my love. Okay. Felix Toussaint said, how do they decide who get the stimulus check when? I hear people receive theirs on yesterday. Boom! There you go, Marie Solange. Felix just said some of them received theirs yesterday. That's right. So there you go. You got your answer. Felix, unfortunately, I do not have the answer how they decide who and whom, when, and what going to receive the stimulus check. All I know is not everybody going to receive it at the same time. Okay? Jeff, is it true if you make less than 12K, you're not tax liable? So I like to be very detailed when I explain something. This is not that you're not tax liable when you make less than 12,000K. When you make 12,000K or under, the smallest automatic deduction is 12,000 for a single person. So if someone was making less than $12,000 or $12,000, as soon as they put the information in the software, the automatic deduction would wipe out that amount, and they will receive whatever they pay on box number 2. But I want to tell you this. If you do not file a tax at all, the IRS will not come after you because you didn't have to file it, because the automatic deduction wiped out your income, but they will not send you just like that your refund, just so you know. Okay, so if you did pay something in the box number 2 of your W-2, if you work for a W-2 and you make less than $12,000, I understand that you would not have a tax liability, but you might want to still file your taxes, because the IRS not gonna just send you a refund, my love. No, they're not about that life. All right, guys. So I hope that I was able to share something new with you today. So if you have a parent, if you have an elder that's part of the population who do not need to file taxes usually, so they are not claimed. That's very important. If you claim your parents, they do not qualify for this. So help them to go to the IRS website and apply in the portal so they can receive their stimulus check. Something else that I wanted to say, be very careful in those times of any new website, any email that's come and telling you that they can help you. This is the IRS, they need information. Because this is a time where going to be a lot of unethical individual thief that's going to come out of the wood to take advantage of innocent taxpayers. So I always tell somebody, if you want to verify something, irs.gov. Or if you have a tax preparer or a tax office that you trust, run it by them. Okay? Because I already have people that told me they received an email that said, please send your information to get the stimulus check. No, 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 no. Please, please, please. I know so many people are going to be victims from that. The IRS will not email you. Today, the student loan emailed. That's not the IRS. Okay, the student loan emailed to announce to everyone that it registered that all student loan that they're going to get a refund if they qualify for the refund, if they garnish their tax refund. But that's the student loan, the education department. It's not the IRS. The IRS never, and then listen to me when I say never, they will never email you. Okay? So any email you see that say that's the IRS, trash, block, do not follow this. Okay, guys. So that's all I had to do for today. The portal is live at the IRS for our non-filers, the IRS call them, people that are not obligated to file an income tax, to input their information so they can find the stimulus check. Okay, so I'm going to get back to work because I've been working around the clock. Taxfit is here for you. We do file tax remotely. We're not closing our doors. As a matter of fact, we've been as like more busy than ever. And I take a minute to really be grateful about that because I know a lot of people lost their job. A lot of people cannot work. A lot of people go to work actually right now and they fear for their lives. So this is a time where we need to take a minute and be appreciative of things that we do have going on good in our life. And I'm totally blessed. I'm totally grateful that I'm able to have an office where I can continue to work, where I can continue to earn a living, when I can continue to help people. And nowadays, this is not to be taken lightly or for granted. I will never finish a live without saying thank you to anybody that's part of the medical field. Thank you so very much. May God cover you every day that you go to work. May you be protected. May your family be protected. And if you recently lost someone in this corona tragedy, know that our heart are with you. Okay? All right. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your days, the rest of your day. But I love that, the rest of your days. That means we have a lot of days coming up, right? And that's good to wish that upon you. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the day and we will keep you informed. Thank you so much. And again, that was Karoll-Ann for fun. I am the CEO of Taxfit.